Hey everyone, Rocky here. It's Friday, October 30th, 2020, and it's about 10:20 a.m. I wanted to talk to you about three of my trades today. I'm going to include the one from last night because basically my daily total incorporates anything that is closed after 10 p.m. from the night before. So our gross profit is $404 for the day. Market is still open, but I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm happy with that result. I don't need to push anything. I can enjoy the rest of my day. Happy Friday, by the way, everybody. I mentioned in my other videos, please check out the one about avoiding margin calls and explaining how much a contract costs. Each contract costs back and forth about $5. So even though my gross profit is $404. I did about 10 contracts, as you can see here. So 10 times 5 is about $50. So my net profit is about $354. I say about because it's not an exact $5 for the back and forth. So I'll talk about this first trade here on the left, and as I always do, I draw a vertical line when I open a trade and close a trade, and also anything in between, because this helps me when I go back to see exactly why I entered a trade based on what's happening on the stochastic RSI and the MACD itself. So I'm gonna zoom in on this first trade on the left here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom out on the tick chart as well, and let me add the vertical lines on the tick chart, and I can show you the same thing that we're seeing. So okay, all right, and the vertical lines won't line up as nicely on the tick chart because I had it based off of the candle chart on the left here, but I'll give you a rough idea, and hopefully that will be very helpful for you. All right, so okay, I'm gonna zoom in on the candle chart on the left here. I entered a trade at about 6:25, so let's look for the corresponding one on the right here. So it's about, it shows 6:15 here, but in reality it's closer to 6:25. So you know what, I'm gonna take out the vertical lines on the right because that will just cause confusion, and in future videos maybe I'll do a different vertical line for each one of it, so it makes more sense. Here, so the reason I shorted this at this point, first from the candle, it was trending down, but also I was looking at the MACD itself, and I could see it as it was separating from the other line itself, so it's diverging. In hindsight, this wasn't really a great entry because if you look here, it crossed right back, and it was very flat pretty much for the rest of that evening. This is one of those trades, that's why I like trading in the evening. I don't have to watch it that closely because it's not as volatile. So as you can tell, it was pretty much flat for the rest of the night. And then at around 10 p.m. I know it is about 4 hours, but I wasn't watching the entire time. I'm gonna zoom in around 10 here. You could see that I broke even and was making profit, and that was the reason that I did my OCO, and then I changed to the trailing stop, and then it just followed it. It kept going down, and it's about I think it was about a $200 profit for this trade from 6 to 10:15. I had a trailing stop, like what I said. So hindsight is 2020. So I could have made even more if I left the trade open. I got out at 26,213 and got down to about 25,953. So that's a pretty significant, almost $1,000 I could have made from that. But it's okay. I don't look at trading that way. I look at it as at the definite, when I close the trade, then I close the trade. I don't look at what could have been afterwards. Anyway, that was the first trade there. And then in the morning, I did two more trades. Ooh, before I do that, sorry, I'm gonna zoom out on the tick chart so you can sort of see what happened yesterday when I shorted that trade. So it's here. You can see that dip that occurred to 25,953. But you can tell here, this is where I closed my trade out at about 10:18. And I don't know if you're noticing why I like the tick chart and the candle chart here, because on the candle chart, basically you were looking at, look at this. This is the graph that you'd be looking at, very flat. But with the tick chart, I can see, because there's not a lot of volume for that, it's really just from 6:15 to 10 is about right there. So it's a smaller width that you're looking at. So it gives you an indication on the tick chart, like how many trades are occurring. So that's why I like it a lot. Okay, so let's go to our next trade. Zoom in a bit here. Again, I shorted because, excuse me, the MACD was about to cross over on this first trade. I think this was about a $40 profit. And then I did another trade when it actually did the crossover. So it's about $60. So for the data, brought us to about 404. Following this video, I actually did something new and recorded it as I was, doing it and adding my comments. So it should be more realistic live video, but for this one, I wanted to give you a high-level summary and give you an indicator of what I'm looking at more in depth. And then on the live video, you see me preaching what not preaching, but more like walking the talk per se. Anyway, enjoy the live video. Have a good Friday, everyone. Again, this is just entertainment purposes only. Please don't use it as a financial advice. Thank you. Hey everyone, this is Rocky. It's about 9:50 a.m. on Friday, October 30th, 2020. I am on the Pacific Coast, so market is live. It's going, and today I'm trading the Micro E-mini DOW micro futures. So thought I'd try something new here and try to record it as I'm doing an actual trade, and then hoping we can get a good trade here. I'm seeing a nice setup that I'm about to do. I'm gonna explain my thoughts, and you can see what's going on as the trade occurs. Like my other videos, the left side is a 5-minute bar chart, and then on the right side is a 512 tick charts. Please do your research on the difference in the two, or maybe someday I'll do a video on that too. So the main indicators that I looked at is really, the chart itself, and I pay close attention to the MACD and the stochastic RSI. As you can see in the MACD, it's above the zero line, but I can see that it's about to cross over in this side here. So that's why I am thinking of shorting it. It is in agreement with the stochastic RSI, which is, you can see it's heading to the oversold area. So a lot of selling going on right now. And as a reference, I like to look at the tick chart as well. And normally the tick chart dictates when I enter a trade, and the bar chart on the left decides how long I can hold on to it. You can see that it's already crossed over. The MACD has crossed over on the right side already, and then I'm just waiting for that to occur on the left side here. So I think normally I wait for that intersection or that crossover to occur, but since it already happened on the other side, I think I'm gonna enter soon. And then as you can tell, so far we made a profit of $272 for the day. Not really for today, it's more something that occurred last night after 10 p.m. And what's interesting about micro futures is your day the statement occurs as a new day after 10 p.m. Pacific time, hence why it's showing here. So I shorted 4 contracts last night. So alright, I think we're gonna enter a trade. I'm gonna open 2 contracts. Let me disable the auto send first, just to show you how much that would cost. Or actually, you can't see it with how I'm recording it, but 2 contracts will cost about $2,840 on TD Ameritrade. So let's see what's going on here. Alright, I am gonna sell the bid, so I'm going to short 2 contracts. And then pay attention to the PL open on the left here. So basically, for every tick or every point, it's about $1 since I have 2 contracts. So essentially, it's like one contract is 50 cents for DOW, but since I have 2, you just multiply that by 2. And then, as I've mentioned in my other videos, each contract back and forth costs me about $5. So for 2 contracts, it's gonna cost me $10. So that's already a sunk cost. So my goal really is I want my PL open to be more than $10 to be profitable. And you know, you're seeing that right now. And now that I'm above 10, normally what I do is I like to start an OCO, so one cancels the other order. That way I can limit my losses. You know, I set up my stop loss on the top and then take my profit on the other end of it. So we will set that up. I have a preset template that I already have for the OCO. And so right now you can see this bracket right here. I want the actual market price to be in between these 2 brackets before I send the actual order. So we're hoping, you know, it just falls below 28.46. But I want to give it more time, so that way, you know, it gives myself room to either gain more instead of being stop loss too early, because you know the stock market is a cycle that occurs. So I haven't quite figured out what my risk to reward ratio is yet. It's something I need to figure out. I definitely adjust over time, but to be consistent in trading, it should be something that you should, you know, be aware of. But right now, I'm just gonna look at the low of the day on the left here. It's about 26,044, and then I'm just gonna pick that as my the bottom part of my OCO bracket here. Let's see, 26,044. And before I enter that, I can see that our profit PL open is about $20. So I'm gonna enable that order. Then, so visually you can see that's what it looks like, and you can see it on the chart as well. So basically, if this price ever gets to 26,246, then we're stopped out. But I have this big range that's occurring right now, and something I like to do is that I like to change my stop order on the top here as a trailing stop, so that way it will follow the price as it goes down. So right now, PL open, we got $39. So this one, you need to figure out what the value is that you want to use. Something I like to use is about 25 points, and we're gonna enable that. And then, as you can tell, you know, this will adjust. It will always maintain a delta of 25 points from your stop to the market price. But if it goes back the other way, you know, it stays on that price. So it's a fixed number, and it just follows it as if the price goes down when you're shorting, and of course, when you're long, then the price on the trailing stop will follow up as well. And why do I do a trailing stop? I do this because you're just locking in the profit that I already have instead of having a static stop loss. It's something I like to do because sometimes I'm busy, I'm working on other things, and then when I'm already confident that I've locked in some profit, you know, I want to make it more an automatic thing. Hey everyone, apologize for this second part of the live video. I accidentally turned off the recording, and when I enabled it on this latter part, I forgot to enable the microphone, so I had to do a dub on this, so please bear with me. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties. So on this part of the video, I'm just trying to show that I'm drawing a vertical line, and as I explained in the beginning part of my video, I like to draw a vertical line for when I start a trade and close a trade and anything in between, because this way it helps me basically learn and see what's going on. And what I mean by that is I can look at the MACD and the stochastic RSI at that time when I enter the trade, so I can see if I'm following the rules I have or if I have to adjust to improve my trading. And also what I was mentioning when I was doing this is that it's almost 10 o'clock during this trade, and I wanted to wait a bit because essentially at the top of the hour there's a lot of volatility that occurs, so you'll be able to see that on the video here. Just a few more minutes and basically the trade will close. I'll be stopped out of it, but having a trailing stop, I was really able to lock in my profit, so I don't have any FOMOs or anything like that. Again, apologies for this second part of this live video. Hoping to improve in the future. Haven't done it in a while, so it's a learning process, but hopefully you enjoy this, and please don't forget to subscribe and smash that button. Sorry, smash that like button, I guess. Yeah, again, this is just for entertainment purposes only. Please don't use it as a financial advice. Alright,